All right, and your video's on. My name's Hayden. I'm here with Jesse. Let me give it a shot.
Yeah.
Hogarth.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got 5 laps in the GTR. All right, it's a pleasure. Ready to go some fun?
Well, certainly.
All right, excellent.
All right.
So one thing we went over, smooth is fast. That
Okay.
means being nice and smooth with your steering, especially with this car, like I was saying, with its weight. Smooth as you squeeze on the throttle, and then
Okay.
nice, firm, and hard, but smooth as you ease off and release the brake pedal.
Okay.
So once we get those double orange cones, I want you to brake nice and firmly. My brake side looks like this, and if I say more brakes, just push the pedal more so we can slow down more for the corner.
Okay.
You're going to brake all the way to that first green turning cone, start adding your steering, easing off the brake pedal, then just a little bit of throttle towards the apex, the double green cones.
Okay.
Once you reach that, that's where you get squeezed on the throttle as you unwind the wheel, just matching those two motions. Does that all make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Look as far ahead as you can. Look right where you want to go because your hands do follow your eyes out here. And the mirrors are for me. You just concentrate on what's ahead. I'll let you know if there's someone faster behind us. I'll let you know what side of the track to stay to. My hand will be on the steering wheel as they're passing by. Once they pass by, I'll take off my hand and we're good to go. And if we come up behind someone that's slower, we'll stay behind them. We'll wait for them to move to whatever side of the track they're going to move to. And I'll tell you when and where to pass them.
Okay.
Same deal as we're going by. My hand will be on the steering wheel. And in both cases, I'm not taking control of the car. You keep your hands on the wheel as well.
Okay.
Any questions of that?
No.
Do you want to do automatic or manual?
Manual.
Manual. All right. Right is for upshift. Left is for downshift.
Okay.
I'll let you know when.
Do they? Okay. So
Yeah, they stay.
stationary?
Yeah, they
Okay.
stay right where they are, but they're pretty long, so they'll always be near where you need them.
Okay.
And for shifting, once we kind of like get on the straightaway and stuff, about 6.5 is really where you want to be.
Okay.
Once you start, getting on it.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Good to go.
I believe so.
All right. So on the brake, one full turn around to the right. We'll put the wheel straight. All right. Now I'll put you in manual. Now we are in first. So
Okay.
we'll head out here and we'll make a left. So is the experience mostly like Gran Turismo and stuff like that?
I play, like Forza.
Forza.
Motorsport.
Oh, Forza.
I'm a huge
I love
Forza.
Forza.
Person, yeah. I did the Gran Turismo once, and
That was it. Well, Forza 6 will be out soon. So right down here,
Okay.
we'll put the nose of the car up to about the second blue cone that's closest to us.
Second.
And it looks like the track is pretty empty, so
Okay.
we'll just hold up right here just to give it a little glance. And you're good. Track is all yours. Squeeze. Stay close to the left. Upshift one time. You're
Okay.
good.
And then.
Now straight for that green turning cone and upshift one more time.
Okay.
So just giving a little bit of throttle.
Okay.
Now go from green to green. Nice and tight to your apex cone,
Okay.
giving it some throttle. Now start squeezing as you unwind the wheel to the left. And all you want down to the orange. I'll let you know in the shift. All the way to the orange. And on the brakes, brake nice and hard, brake harder. Now turn and release. Aim for the second green cone.
Okay.
Now squeeze as you unwind the wheel to the left side of the track.
Okay.
All the way to the orange. And up. And on the brakes, all the way to the green. Start turning and releasing. Giving it some throttle now. Now squeeze on it, back over to the right.
To the right. Okay.
Brake over the hill, start looking left. Then turn in. Put your tires in that red light paint, then squeeze and come out wide as you exit. Now straight for that green cone. Start braking to it. Then turn and release. Nice and tight to the apex cone. Then squeeze on the throttle, back over to the right side. So touch of brakes, turn and left, straight shot for that green cone.
Okay.
And pull back the left paddle one time. Start turning in with some throttle, nice and tight. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel. Party on down here, all the way to the orange. And up. And up. And brake hard, brake nice and hard, down one time. Start turning and releasing, aiming for the second green cone. Now squeeze as you unwind the wheel to the left, all the way to the orange. And up. And on the brakes, start braking hard, then turn and release. Now squeeze on throttle, back over to the right. Brake over the hill, start looking left, then turn in, putting your tires in that paint, then squeeze and come out wide.
Wider.
Right there's about good.
right.
Just coming out wide just kind of sets you up better for this one right here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Then squeeze on throttle, back over to the right. Touch of brakes, turn in left, straight shot for that green cone.
Okay. Brakes more.
Yeah, now start braking and turn and release, giving it some throttle. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel, all the way to the orange. And up. And up. And brake hard. down one, stay on that brake pedal, turn and release. Aim for the second green cone. Now squeeze as you unwind the wheel to the left. And accelerate all the way to the orange. And on the brakes. Then turn and release. Yeah, through this section you'll stay in about 4th gear.
Okay.
And then you'll shift right before the straightaway back down the 3rd. Brake over the hills. Right there you want to stay a little bit more to the right, because see how you're kind of slowed down right here?
Setup?
Yeah, it would have set you up better for that left-hander right there. Now on the brakes, start scanning for that apex already, then turn into it. Give it nice and, a little bit of throttle, nice and tight. Then squeeze back over to the right. So a touch of brakes, turn in left, straight shaft that green cone down there. On the brakes and down one. Give it some throttle, nice and tight to your apex. Then squeeze the unwind the wheel. And up. All the way to the orange. And up. And brake hard. Brake harder. Turn and release. Aiming for the second green cone, a little bit of throttle. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel to the left side. Accelerate all the way to the orange. And on the brakes. Start turning and releasing. A little late on the turn in, see how you're kind of pushing out far? That corner right there, you actually want to start turning just a little bit before the green cone with this, because it's just kind of a lot of weight to start, you know,
So
putting into the corner.
I can feel it pushing.
Yeah. So all the way to the green. Start braking. And start turning and releasing. Then squeeze back over to the right. So a touch of brakes, turn in left, straight shop that green cone. Right here, you could kind of like accelerate to it and then start braking about here. So nice and tight, give it some throttle. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel. Give it all you want down here. And up. How you liking it? It's pretty cool.
This is sweet, yeah.
And up. And brake hard. Down one. Stay on that brake pedal. Turn, now release it. Aim for the second green cone. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel. And accelerate all the way to the orange. And remember, turn it a little bit sooner before the green. Now on the brakes. And turn and release. Now squeeze back over to the right. See how kind of you clip it a lot better that way? Now start turning in, putting your tires in that paint, then squeeze and come out wide. Straight for the green. Start braking to it. Then turn and release. Then squeeze back over to the right.
4th was too low or high.
So touch your brakes, turn it left, straight shot for the green cone. And then down one time, start turning with some throttle. And then squeeze as you unwind the wheel. All the way to the orange. And up. And up. And on the brakes hard, down one, brake harder. Start turning and releasing. Giving it some throttle now. Then squeeze as you unwind the wheel and accelerate all the way to the orange. And on the brakes, just a little bit sooner. So turn and release. Giving it some throttle. Then squeeze back over to the right. Brake over the hill. Now turn and left. Then squeeze as you unwind. And that was actually our last lap. So we're going to stay right here on the left side. And we're going to exit on the right side of that yellow cup. I'll just throw it on it for now.
That's fine.
How'd you like it?
That was sweet.
It's pretty cool.
That just went by very fast. Right side.
Yeah, right down here. Yeah, the right side. Yeah, this section, it's kind of a hit or miss with the fourth gear. It kind of depends, you know, how you're entering into it. Yeah, it's kind of, it kind of depends, like, how the style is, you know, how you kind of accelerate into the corners. Usually, if you do 3rd gear through that part, once you kind of get out of the corner, you're going to have to change and then, you know, change it again. So it's kind of like a waste of time.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by the weight of it. Like, you can really feel it trying to escape you.
It really pulls you, and when you're kind of going through the corners, it's a lot of weight kind of moving from one side to the other. The most car that people get sick in here is this car, just because how much it leans and rolls as you go. Yeah. So we'll take the right side of that yellow Corvette. Okay, makes it exciting. You never know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right here. All right, excellent. So this was your only car?
No, there's the
turbo. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you can just turn that as far as you can to the left until the wheel just stops. So with the turbo, with that car, you want to brake a little bit longer, kind of going into the corners.
Okay.
Because this car's front engine, it's got all that mass and weight pushing down on the front wheels, kind of grips a little bit more for when you're turning.
Okay.
That car, it's rear engine, all the weight's way in the back.
Yeah.
So you want to brake a little bit longer, kind of going into the corners, just to put more weight on the front, just to give
Okay.
yourself some more grip. So it's basically turning and then just releasing the brake.
And then does that mean you can accelerate a little bit sooner in that car then?
That one, yeah, you not necessarily, you know, as you're going to the corner, start accelerating. Just once you kind of get to the apex, you can accelerate, you know, sooner with it, because it kind of just grips it right down. It won't push out as much as like this one does.
Okay.
You know, once you get on it.
All
So really, you just want to brake a little bit more, kind of more going into it.
Okay.
Other than that, you'll have a blast. So it's a
Thanks
pleasure.
bunch.
I'll meet you outside. I'll get you this USB. You head into the pit lane, check in
Okay.
for your next car. They'll get you going for it.
Okay.
Any last questions? Anything else I can help you with?
No.
No?
Learn as I go.
Great job out there.
Thanks a bunch.